We are live at 2013. It used to be called Hookahville. Now it's just the Ville. I'm Ramblin' Rob, host of The Greatest Story Ever Told on 88.3 FM, WAIF, your best connection for local music. I'm here with Jeff from the Steepwater Band. Thank you very much for joining us. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. You're by yourself, so I'll just let you do a little introduction. Tell us a little bit about the Steepwater Band and what members that aren't present and what they play.
Well, I'm Jeff. I sing and play guitar. All the other guys backstage there would be Todd on the bass, Todd Bowers, Eric Sailors on the other guitar, and Joe Winters on the drums.
Gotcha.
We've been together since '98, and Eric just joined us about 16 months ago. So.
Oh, actually, he's the gentleman from Indianapolis, correct?
He is from Indianapolis, yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, I go up to Indy a lot and check out a lot of the local music up there. There's a real good hole in the wall called the Mousetrap up there that
Sure,
I go and see.
We just played last night at a place called the Rathskeller.
Oh yeah. Great brewery.
Yeah.
Great brewery. They have excellent beer.
Nice outdoor, yeah. Good German beer.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, one of my favorite places to swing by when I'm in Indy. They've got real good beer.
Yeah, we had a great show there last night. It was good.
Did you?
Yeah.
Good turnout?
Yeah, really good.
Excellent. That's good. Always good to have semi-local support.
Mm-hmm.
So where are you guys out of? I know he's out of Indy. Where are you guys out of?
Well, I currently live in Northwest Indiana, Crown Point, and the other two guys are in Chicago. And the band started in Chicago, so it's a Chicago-based band.
Gotcha.
That's home base.
Gotcha. How'd you guys all meet?
Well, I met Todd and Joe at a Black Crowes concert at the Aragon Ballroom years ago.
Okay, gotcha.
They ended up joining a blues band that I was in at the time. And that band kind of fell apart, and we started Steepwater out of the ashes of that. So.
Gotcha. So you guys have been together since 1998. You guys are heavily blues influenced, I guess, early on. How'd you come up with the name for the band?
Me and my buddy were driving down, I don't know if you're familiar with the Bishop Ford Expressway.
Not really.
It's right off Lake Michigan. We have all these barges parked there going from Indiana to Chicago. And one of the barges said warning Steepwater. And he was driving, and he was like, how about the Steepwater Band? I kind of, okay. And I told these guys, I'm like, that's perfect. So I don't know if they were referring to high water or steeping vegetables on a barge or what they were doing.
Steep water.
Yeah, but we thought it had kind of a southern twang to it. Our music's got a little bit of southern blues and mixed with the British blues kind of influence. We thought it fit.
Yeah, I listened to a lot of your music, real blues based. I enjoyed listening to it.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, I actually played, I think we played a Steepwater, but I can't remember the song, but we played a song.
It's all right, as long as we play one.
Some Grateful Dead cover.
Oh, yeah, was it?
Everything seemed like it was a Grateful Dead cover.
We haven't recorded
I
a Grateful
don't
Dead
think
cover.
they did a Grateful Dead cover.
Yeah.
That was
not yet.
Blue
You have to
Moon
look.
Suit. But anyway.
All right.
So, you guys have a heavily influenced by blues, Delta blues, you mentioned earlier. Is there any other musical or lyrical influence that you guys can say that you have really affected you when you write your music?
I mean, I'm sure subconsciously all kinds of things because we're all music lovers.
Everybody brings a diverse background.
Yeah, I mean, when we first met, we would, in '98, we were swapping records. Like, these guys would be like, you ever hear this Wilco record? And I was like, you ever hear this Robert Johnson record? We would, we all trading records with each other. So, I mean, I could name bands all day.
Right.
But, I mean, we're influenced by all kinds of things. I know who I like, I'm a big Neil Young freak.
Oh, yeah,
big blues freak, and we've just been writing songs so long together. We just know what works for us.
Excellent.
The influences are there. You're gonna hear them. We kind of hope that we have our own sound too. That's the goal.
Yeah, it's good to draw upon different musical backgrounds and experiences, but yeah, you have to kind of.
Well, you can't pretend you're reinventing the wheel. I mean, you just have to do your thing.
Right, and for better or worse, some guys go out on that ledge and fall horribly, but other guys you just succeed. But yeah.
Sure.
So say someone on the street came up to you and never heard of you guys, how would you describe your sound to them?
Well, I know it's a vague term, but it's a rock and roll band. Really, it's kind of, for lack of a better word, kind of earthy sounding. It's two guitars, bass, drums, and vocals. It's the core. It's raw. It's kind of a raw, I think. It's not perfect. We don't, perfection's kind of boring to us, I guess. try to keep it raw around the edges and stuff like that.
Yeah, I was going to say, having 800 shows of the Grateful Dead at my house, they don't have to be perfect. I listened to a show on the way up here and was like, man, Jerry forgot half the words to that song. And he's played that hundreds of times.
I do try to remember the lyrics.
Oh, that's good. So what do you like best about playing live? I know you guys have a busy festy circuit, playing a lot in Rathskeller, Indianapolis last night. What do you like best about playing live in front of you?
Well, energy, people, they're there to see the band, and we never play the same set twice.
Excellent.
So I always look forward to what we're going to play and how we're going to interpret the songs. Sometimes we jam out, and some of the songs are really the same every night. And Joe has taken it, the responsibility of writing sets each night because I don't feel like doing it. So I'm always looking forward to see what we're going to play. I like the element of surprise. I like
Yeah, I was going to say, when I saw New Riders of the Purple Sage 2 years ago, we actually got the set list from them, and it was actually a random set list generator they used. They just let the computer pick their songs.
And half the time we don't stick to the set. You'll be up there and be like, I feel like doing this song.
Right.
The set doesn't mean anything sometimes.
Well, that's
a blueprint.
Right, that energy you mentioned, a lot of people when I interview mention that they're searching for that kind of connection, that energetic connection between the audience and themselves, and trying to take their music into that space where the audience not only loses track of time, you're up there and you lose track of time. You find that
you're not
pretty
thinking.
common.
Yes, that's the cliche answer, but when you're not thinking.
Right, everything's just going. Right,
it's true. Those are the best shows.
So have you guys got any albums out that anybody could find online and maybe purchase?
We have a lot of records out. Yeah, our most, we've done nine recordings all together. Our most recent record is Clava. And basically if you go to stevewater.com, it'll redirect you anywhere else to iTunes, CD Baby, Reverb Nation, and all that.
Amazon?
Yeah, Amazon.
Excellent.
And we have videos on YouTube and on the website. It's not hard to find our music.
Yeah, I was gonna say you do have compared to some of the bands, you guys have a well put together website.
Well, thank you. Yeah, that's not me though. I can't take
Oh, that's good. Is there any place like maybe archived out of the work someone could pop on there and just listen to you for free and check you guys out?
Yeah, there's music. There's some of the music on the website. You can check out some songs.
Oh, okay, good.
In this day and age, we can't control any of that, so you go on YouTube.
Yeah, that's where I found some of your stuff.
Pandora Radio. A lot of people hear us on Pandora. And a lot of bigger bands are trying to shut Pandora down right now because they're not receiving the right royalties.
Right.
And we kind of have a different feeling of that because it brings people out to our shows.
Right, it increases your fan base.
Pros and cons,
Exactly. So have you guys got any big plans for 2013 after stopping by the Ville?
Yeah, more touring. I'm probably not supposed to say yet because we haven't announced it, but I don't know when this will air, but a live record is going to come out.
Excellent.
We hope to do another studio record in the winter. Then we're going back to Europe early next year. So we're always on the road, so you can find us just about anywhere.
Do you guys have a preference as far as yourself goes? For studio versus live recordings, do you have one that you favor over the other? Feel that maybe it captures the raw sound and the energy of the band?
Well, I'm really excited about the live recording. We haven't. I'm not supposed to talk about this yet, right? We have a prior live record that we put out. We recorded in Chicago. This is our first official recording with Eric.
Oh, okay. Great.
I like studio records, and I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, most bands I find, and especially in the festival circuit, they have studio albums and live albums, but they're always really psyched about the live album because it kind of captures that raw energy we were talking about earlier.
Yeah. It's hard, it's hard to grab that in a studio. Sometimes.
Exactly.
It's a different outlet.
Yeah, it's a little aesthetic, a little sterile. A lot of people say they really can't stretch their legs. I guess you guys find that same thing.
I like making studio records. It's just a different outlet.
Right.
I can't say one is better
than
or
the
worse.
other.
I like live recordings.
Gotcha. Just got a couple more quickies for you, man. I know you guys have got to get your stuff unpacked and probably set up here soon.
You got beer to drink and standing around to do it.
But yeah, exactly. That's important stuff. It's hot out here.
That's half the business is standing around.
Exactly. So what would you think, looking back, from your childhood on to now, you're a young guy, what would you think your best musical memory is?
My best musical memory? Like be it, hearing Willie Nelson for the first time in your dad's pickup, or, playing with Todd Paul, or what have you, just the one thing that you can say, wow, I'm really glad I was there. Well, there's two things. I had a tape of Led Zeppelin, And when I saw what they looked like on MTV, they played "Song Remains the Same."
Oh yeah,
that's what they look like. Cool.
Yeah, they were rocking rollers for sure.
Like they're riding horses and wearing dragon suits.
Yeah,
so
drag
that was a
racing
big
cars.
impression on it. And then one of my favorite memories is we played in Spain with Government Mule and John Mayall.
Oh wow!
Right off the plane, right to an outdoor theater in Barcelona.
Nice.
And I was thinking, hey, this is pretty cool. That kind of makes things worthwhile. Moments like that.
Yeah, definitely.
75 degrees in Spain, jamming outside. Just things like that.
Did you get a chance to drink any Spanish wine when you were over there?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I hear they have some good wine.
They don't do anything without wine.
Excellent. Just got one more
Because
quick.
they don't even go to the baño without taking a bottle of wine.
El baño, yeah. Cerveza and el baño, 2 words you almost can't get away without learning
It's the only two I
everywhere.
know, right?
So we'll just finish it up here with a couple quick things. Do you have any special thanks, any shout outs, any charitable events that you'd like to mention?
Well, I'd just like to thank everybody that's been coming out to our shows. I mean, I don't know about any charitable events. We play charitable events sometimes. We just played a thing called the Terrapin Run
Oh yeah.
in Chicago where they were raising money for runners that need prosthetics.
Oh, that
So,
sounds like
I
a
mean,
good idea.
at the moment we don't have anything I could shout out in that direction.
Okay.
In the future, I'm sure we will. But thanks for the interview. And,
Yeah, no problem.
And exposing the band and everybody that comes out to the shows. And you can't do it if people don't come to the shows. So.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of, as I mentioned earlier, it kind of stinks, if you're up here playing and no one's listening.
Yeah,
It
well,
does take fans.
Yeah. We do our thing every night, no matter what. So.
One last question here,
Sure.
and I'll let you guys roll off. I play a lot of Grateful Dead. Do you have a favorite Grateful Dead song, or are you even a fan of the band?
I am, and I never used to be.
That's a good thing.
That's the kind of thing that developed over the past 10 years or so. But I'm more of a Jerry Garcia band lately.
That's good enough.
Yeah, I mean, I like the Dead too, but
Do you have any favorite song, maybe?
Rhapsody in Red.
Oh,
You know that song? It's kind of a rocker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Well, I wish you guys the best of luck here at the Ville. It's your first time at the Ville?
It is, yes.
I'm sure you're going to have a good time. They've got a lot of good stuff here. Thank you very much for joining me on the greatest story ever told. I appreciate it. Look very forward to hearing you guys, man. Thanks, Jeff.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
All right, no problem.
All right.
Thank you.